What we just learned about the Yankees is insane, as a wild statistic just got reported revolving the Yankees' offensive philosophy, and it has gotten fans worried about the future of the 2025 Yankees moving forward. And we're going to break all of this down here in another edition of Yankees Digest. What's going on, guys? Alex Brooks back here on Yankees Digest, giving you guys everything you need revolving the Bronx Bombers. The Yankees, they're doing pretty well as of late, and something I really wanted to bring up to you guys is revolving Aaron Judge. But before we get into that video, if you guys are not subscribed, if you're not a part of the 27.3% who are subscribed to these videos, let's hit that subscribe button, comment down below to join in on this conversation. We're on the road to 9,000 subscribers. We really appreciate all the support you guys are giving us on this channel. So keep hitting that subscribe button, comment down below to join in on this conversation. But getting right into this video as talking about the captain of the New York Yankees, Aaron Judge. He just passed Yogi Berra on the all-time home run list for the New York Yankees. So congrats to the captain in doing so. But talking about Aaron Judge and how he is the main guy in this offense, it is very staggering. And I didn't realize how much. I knew that Aaron Judge had a big effect on the Yankees' success. That's obvious. He's a two-time MVP, going to be a three-time MVP real soon. But he has had an overarching impact on this Yankees team. And without him, you can see why this Yankees team doesn't really do well. So it's really Judge or nothing when it comes to this Yankees offense. And a little bit more on Judge and this report. This was from Jacob Mounts at Yardbreaker. He said, cumulatively, the rest of the offense lags in batting average and on-base percentage, though the drop in on-base percentage without Judge is baffling. This isn't to say there aren't any bright spots in either of these stats. Cody Bellinger, Paul Goldschmidt, Grisham, Jazz Chisholm Jr., Giancarlo Stanton, Ryan McMahon, and Jason Dominguez all have on-base percentages at or above 328. The real area where Yankees struggle is in batting average. Judge, Goldschmidt, and Bellinger are the only Yankees above average in both metrics. And I really wanted to bring this up to you. This was in the article by Jacob Mounts at Yardbreaker. He really broke everything down revolving Aaron Judge and his impact with the New York Yankees. When you're looking at this, when you look at the MLB average compared to these numbers, these are very staggering. When you look at the Yankees overall, this is with Judge in the lineup. For people who are into stats, people that aren't into stats, this is definitely something that's you can see just from right here, where you're looking at the Yankees overall, 249 batting average. It's tied for 14th, kind of the middle of the pack here. It's not great. It's not terrible. It's in the middle of the pack. When you're looking at on-base percentage, 330, that's third in the MLB. And then when you're looking at slugging all the way over to OPS, home runs, and at-bats per home runs, they rank first. That is definitely a big part in Aaron Judge and the Yankees' philosophy of being, home run heavy. But when you're looking at the Yankees without Judge's contributions, when he was on the IL or when he's not available for a game, it is staggering. So when you're looking at the average, it was about 249. That's a little above the MLB average. But then without Judge's contributions, 241. That's tied for 22nd. That's the back half of the MLB, at the lower half at tied for 22nd in the MLB. And then when you're looking at 316, you go from third to on-base percentage all the way down to 17th. Yikes. And then when you're looking at slugging, go from first to sixth. OPS, you go from 784 to 748. Home runs, 243 to 200. And then at-bats per home runs kind of just stays, relatively the same. But, this is obviously something where it is not just like pointing out the obvious with Aaron Judge. He is the best player on the Yankees team. We obviously know that. But when you're looking at just these stats overall, you see how when it comes down to the playoffs, when it comes down to, certain games, certain big games, when Judge is not contributing, or if he's not doing what he needs to do. This is where the team doesn't really have a pick me up in any sort of their players. It's really like they rely on Aaron Judge a little too much. You obviously have to rely on your captain. You have to rely on your best player, but it comes to a point where when he's not in the lineup or he's not contributing to this team, it gets very scary. And I just wanted to really look at what Aaron Judge has been able to do this season. His 43 home runs, 321 batting average, 97 RBIs, 11 stolen bases. He's been unbelievable this year. We've said it over and over this season revolving the captain of the New York Yankees. He's been able to just be that consistent batter day in and day out, and he's helped this Yankees team really get to where they need to go, especially in this weird 2025 year where things had to be adjusted. You had that little slump back in June and July, so you needed to rely on your captain to help this team get out of this funk, and he definitely helped that, and he's turning it on as of late. And I just wanted to bring up what the relating to the contributions and relating to the team without Judge's contributions. When Judge is not contributing in the playoffs, this is his playoff stats right here. He's a career playoff hitter, 205 batting average, and that obviously that is not good. We've heard over and over again that Judge is very good in the regular season, but when it comes to the postseason, the lights get too bright here. It seems like it's something that's a mental thing, and you definitely got to see with all this stuff like 188. 265, 133, 250, and back in 2024, 184. So just unacceptable when talking about the captain of the Yankees. He's got to turn it around in this postseason if the Yankees are going to try to make any run. And this is something that the Yankees really need because, you obviously saw the stats earlier. The Yankees rely on Judge a lot. But when it comes down to this postseason and comes down to, the monkey on Judge's back right now to not have to have a good postseason, it seems like the Yankees are going to have to try to find someone else to help him out. And just looking at a little bit more from Jacob Mounts at Yardbreaker, he broke this down revolving this philosophy. He said every contender should be a team consisting of solid, reliable contributors. No playoff-bound team should be completely dependent on one player. Without Judge, the Yankees are moderately above average at best. Not a great look for a team that is reliant on its potent offense. This, of course, raises obvious questions about their lineup depth in the postseason. We obviously know that the Yankees have been able to get guys like Giancarlo Stanton, who has helped the Yankees get to the World Series last year. They had Juan Soto. They had a lot of contributions last year that kind of masked the batting average that wasn't there for Aaron Judge, if I can think of words right now, that masked Aaron Judge's struggles in the postseason. And then when it came to the World Series, he still was struggling. So, now with Soto gone and now with Bellinger, Yankees are going to have to rely on some other guys to do well in the postseason, whether it be Jazz Chisholm, whether it be Trent Grisham. Giancarlo Stanton might have to come back here for the Yankees to end up doing really good about it. And I just wanted to show, Giancarlo Stanton's playoff numbers. And when you're comparing it to Aaron Judge's numbers, I mean, this is kind of like night and day. This is in 6 years. This is 2018 all the way to 2024. He is a 265 batting average. This is Stanton with, when you're looking at the 2024 season, 15 hits, 7 home runs, and 16 RBIs. We obviously saw that postseason was his best postseason by far. I mean, we're looking at 2020. Obviously, it looks a little bit better, but the Yankees didn't end up going all the way to the World Series. Giancarlo Stanton was the sole main reason the Yankees got to the World Series with his offensive production. So you may have to rely on him a little bit more in this playoffs. We know that Stanton can come up in the big lights, but you're going to have to see how how Giancarlo Stanton is able to help Aaron Judge to be this good hitter in the postseason, because the Yankees are going to need it. And my final thing that I wanted to bring up, What is Aaron Boone going to do about this? And the question is, how can Aaron Boone help guys like Aaron Judge who have not found the postseason success so far in his career? How is he able to help Aaron Judge? Is it lineup configurations where you may have Stanton behind you, just having someone behind you so it can help the matchup a little bit more because if you're having Stanton behind you, you may pitch Judge not as like a little bit too careful, and maybe you can get away with a mistake with Judge. So you got to see how Aaron Boone can do in this 2025 postseason. We'll see what the Yankees can do regarding Aaron Judge, but just bringing it back to what they are able to do with this lineup? What are they able to do to help this kind of figure right now? Because the Yankees' philosophy is really relying on Aaron Judge. And obviously, that is something that is great when Judge is hitting. But when Judge is not hitting, that's where it can get the Yankees into trouble. And we've seen it over and over and over again where the Yankees aren't able to have the postseason success and get a championship back to the Bronx. But that's going to do it for another edition of Yankees Digest. Appreciate all the support you guys are giving us on this channel. You guys better hit that subscribe button, hit the bell to get notified of all these videos. And as always, let's go Yankees.